Hello, once again. Welcome to another episode of The Big Focus. Right now, we are live, and we've got three of our esteemed guests right now. We've got Olabi right there, right on my right. Hyrule, as you can see, the black and white, the famous black and white Newcastle, and also we've got a familiar face in town, Faisal. So right now, as you know, we are going to tackle this whole issue of project restart. There is also another issue that we want to tackle, which is transfer speculation. I think that is something that Hyrule will be really keen and interested in because he has a slew of players being linked to Newcastle, and of course this is again the imminent takeover. But before we go through the prim and proper, let's go through a bit of our introduction, and after that, I'll introduce you to my guests one by one. All right, here you go. Oh, I think we've lost Ovolabi. Not to worry. So again, for viewers out there who are actually watching us live, there might be a bit of latency with Ovolabi's internet connection because he's streaming directly from Lagos, Nigeria. Faisal, do I have you still, Faisal? I think there's a bit of
Yeah, I'm
issue.
here.
Okay, good. Because I see that right now you're stagnant in terms of your picture. But not to worry, you look
Yeah.
handsome. You look handsome the way you are right now, in that stagnated position. Okay, we've got Ovolabi back. Okay, so before that, let me just go through some proper introduction. We'll start off with Hyrule. Hyrule, how are you, Hyrule?
Yep, I'm good. I'm good. It's been a very interesting couple of weeks so far, at least on Newcastle's end.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Really, I've been a fan since 96, 97. It's been
Oh,
so long that, we've gotten some really credible information about the club. So looking forward
mm-hmm.
to it.
Oh, perfect. And Faisal, sorry, for you, Hyrule, how are you coping, man, with again the no football action in Singapore?
Oh my gosh, don't tell me about it. I think the BPL fan club, I'm sure you have heard about it. Fan club
Uh-huh.
league that we have with other fan clubs in Singapore is
Uh-huh.
actually still undergoing. It's almost halfway through.
Okay.
So we got to stop everything, and there's no footy for almost 2 months now. It's
Oh.
crazy. It's crazy.
It is, it is. And if there again, if there's anything to dampen the blow right now, McDonald's will be back. This is a public announcement. So for those of you who are going suicidal right now, hang on to that cling of hope because on 11th May, McDonald's will be back. Return of the Mac. So again, this is not sponsored by McDonald's, but then again, here you go. Just again being a basic savior right now for us. Second on, we've got Faisal. Faisal, Liverpool fan. How are you doing, my buddy? Can you hear me, Faisal?
Yeah, I'm coming. I'm floating in and out. Actually, I don't know why.
Okay, so are you on your handphone right now?
Yeah, I am. Yes.
Okay, and what about the internet connection?
No, I'm not using Wi-Fi. I'm on data actually.
Data right now, that should be better actually. But no, you are good right now. So right now, if you can't hear me, you can just ask me to repeat my question. And again, how have you been coping right now? This is the second leg of the circuit breaker. You good, Faisal?
Yeah. Okay. I'm doing all right actually. Struggling a little bit here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, First and foremost, I'm humble and thank you for the invitation to be in this segment of yours.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I've been a fan of Liverpool for quite a bit now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking forward to some positive interactive sessions later on tonight.
All right, cool, no problem. So right now, unfortunately, again, we have lost our dear Olabi from Nigeria. Again, he mentioned to me that the internet connection right there is pretty bad in comparison to what we have in Singapore. So that is something for us to be thankful about. But again, for those who are, we've got a couple of people who are watching us live right now. So, Hyrule, have you asked all your fellow Tun Army to chime in for today?
Yes, I have shared your link into our Facebook group, so I'm hoping everyone's there. Hi lads, how are you guys doing?
Oh, there's a bit of a Tyneside, a Geordie accent. Huh? All right. So yeah, we got people like Cik Mukamil, Cik Omar, Baya, Hairul for president. So again, you're just going straight into politics. So right now we got for those of you who are watching us live, you can chime in via the comment section, the live chat. And again, there will be a session whereby we will just pick out all the comments randomly, and then we can address them all together. All right. So again, we can see right now in the live chat. Wow, we've got again a huge support for the Magpies. And yeah, this is something refreshing, right, Faisal? It's usually in Singapore, Liverpool, United, Arsenal, and now we've got the Magpies.
Yeah.
Faisal, you've been watching soccer for the longest time. What's your best or your fondest memory of Newcastle? Being a
Oh,
Liverpool
that
fan yourself.
um, definitely the match at Anfield. For two consecutive seasons, we beat
Mhm.
them 4-3. Sorry about
Stan
that. Yeah.
Stan Collymore, last minute.
Yeah. Yeah.
But at least it was billed as one of the greatest Premier League games ever. So
It was
yeah,
definitely. All right,
congratulations there.
cool. We've got Olabi back. Olabi, can you hear me, man? Hello, Olabi, do we have you there? Oh, I think we've got to actually bear with this. Olabi, at any point of time you can hear us. Could you just give us a thumbs up? I know you're trying your ultimate best right now to get a good connection. So again, I'll just move on to the first agenda. Anyway, for those of you who are watching, Olabi again, like I mentioned, he is streaming straight from Lagos, Nigeria. There is a 7 hours difference right now between us and them. So right now it's about 2:30, in fact, and it's still Sunday for them as well. All right. So let's get on to the first agenda for today. Okay, Olabi mentioned that you have to type question. Just give me a second, yeah. We move on to the first show, all right, or rather the first agenda that we have. It's about this project restart. Can the Premier League really come back? So over the past few weeks, or rather over last week, I think one of the most pertinent issue that have actually risen is the project restart. Again, this is a proposal given by the Premier League to get the Premier League again to restart itself. And again, the alleged date or the proposed date is actually in June itself. Right now, we know that Bundesliga is coming back next week, but then again, because of the ongoing issue, they've just got a couple of players tested positive for coronavirus itself. They have to again just push it back now to the 22nd of May. So there's a bit of again back and forth, a bit of a ping pong effect. Again with all this current ongoing situation. I'll start this show with Faisal. Faisal, right now, you are probably the keenest of eye when it comes to the league being again going into a restart because in order for you to claim all right, that championship that has been eluding you for the past 30 years, you need the league to restart. But right now, don't you think morally it's not right because you got again people dying in the UK. Of course, in comparison to what we have, we can't speak for sure because we are not in the UK itself. But again, reading does a lot of benefit to you. 30,000 is a death rate right now. Don't you think that it's morally again not right for them to push this agenda too soon?
I think I would agree with that because definitely football should not take center stage at this period of time.
Mhm.
Um, can you hear me?
Yep, good.
Yeah. So as I said, football should not take center stage, and it should come at a later on. So even if it means that we have to restart the season to a later date, probably towards the end of June, until everything has subsided, I think that is the best option for now. Yeah.
Okay. And for yourself, right, Faisal? Again, like I mentioned, a lot of all the proposals given are usually suited or catered to the club's personal need. Many clubs have actually went against or gone against the whole proposal of a restart. But of course, the bigger clubs, again with their own agenda being in check, they want it to restart ASAP as soon as possible. Right now, UK is actually second biggest country when it comes to the coronavirus hit. In your good book, what would be the best approach for the UK when it comes to restarting the league? Should they hold this off to till July, or because they mentioned that they are waiting for summer for them to flatten the curve? But again, it seems like financial desperation is pushing them into a tight corner, Faisal.
I think we have already read a lot in the from the media. So it
Mm,
is now a player versus clubs situation right now. So the
mm,
players are not ready to come back to the pitch, and the owners who are running the football clubs are eager to get the season running, because we know that the implication is they would have to fork out pretty close to 800 million pounds to pay back the TV rights and everything. So if you look at it again, there is a domino effect to everything, right up from the top all the way down to the non-conference league. So those clubs who are championing the season to be null and void, we know who they are, all right? So I'm not going to mention the clubs. So can you just imagine this? You already more than 80% of the season completed. You've already completed more than 80% of the season. And then if the Premier League and the Football Association decides to call it off, what's going to happen next? So those in the Championship division who are already getting the opportunity to be playing the Premier League next season, they will not be playing at all. All right, and then you go down the pecking order into Division 1, 2, 3, 4, into the conference leagues and everything. So there's a lot of things at stake. If you were to ask me if I'm ever sitting in the board, I would just tell all the clubs that, okay, since we have already completed 80% of the season, let's just finish it off. All right, even if we have to put it to an end, Liverpool should be declared the champion, and then Watford, Norwich, and whoever is at the bottom three should go down. No questions at all.
Okay, great. Strong point made there by Faisal. I'll get on to Hairul. Just give me a sec. Olabi.
Singapore, sure.
Yep, Olabi. I hear my country's name. Singapore, you mentioned. Are you with us right now, Olabi? No. Okay, sorry. I got to push this to Hairul instead now. Guys, I know we all are excited to get Olabi on board, but again, because of that, again, the Wi-Fi limitation or the internet limitation is looking like it's a mere impossible task, unfortunately. But not to worry. Again, Hairul, I'll get on to you. Faisal made his point right now. Something also bothers me right now in this project restart. There are a couple of players, namely Kun Aguero. I actually did post this up in one of the IG posts. He mentioned explicitly, we are scared to play. And when he mentioned we are scared to play, but he was referring it to a couple of City players as well. And he mentioned for himself, he just got a newborn baby. He mentioned that right now, the situation is so volatile and it's uncontrolled. What if he gets out, he contracts the disease, he brings it back home, and for sure there are some people who are living with their parents, so which means the nucleus that they are in, they are mixing themselves with some high-risk personnel. What do you think, Hairul? Are other players right now being deprived of basic human right? Are they being coerced into playing?
I think it has got to come to a situation where there has got to be some level of government intervention. Money aside, everything is about money, right? You got to understand that the TV rights are as such that the clubs are living on this pool of a pile of money.
Yep.
But I have got to agree with the players if they play. We cannot force them to continue on with the season, and then you jeopardize everyone else around them, lah. So I really think the season should end.
Okay.
Who be the champions or who can get into the Champions League, Man U, Arsenal, or Spurs, or whoever, it's not up to me. As long as Newcastle is not relegated, I don't really care, lah. So to me, Villa gets relegated. That's all I care about this season. So yeah.
Cool. And of course, that will be the most concern for many teams, like especially like West Ham, Aston Villa, Norwich. It's relegation, the most dreaded word in the Premier League. Great point there, Hairul. Right now, Olabi, it seems that you are nice and bright. We can see you clearly right now. Olabi, right now I'm going to post this to you. Arsenal, for the first time in history, we are first to something at long last. We are the first one to be back on the training pitch. So right now, for yourself, Olabi, an Arsenal fan, of course, where do you stand in terms of how this league should be concluded?
Listen?
Sorry, can you hear me?
Hello?
What's your opinion on and how it should be concluded? Should we continue?
Are you talking about the EPL, right?
Yes, EPL, Olabi.
Okay. All right. I will agree with Hairul Sahir, the Newcastle fan. I think human life should supersede money. Human life is sacred. Human life is above any sponsorship deal, any TV rights. no matter the strategy they want to use. I had they want to use a neutral ground. They want to test all players. What about the psychological effect?
Yep.
You can never have this player play at 100% optimum because they are being tested one way or the other. They are afraid. And what we should also know is this: COVID-19 is passed through droplets of the respiratory organs, which means the nose, droplet of the mucus of the nose, the mouth. Have you seen where player plays and they don't spit?
Nah.
No. They have.
Oh, sorry, Wallaby, you still there? Oh man, that's such a shame.
I
We
think we've lost him again.
Yeah, we lost him again. He was just going all scientific in terms of how this coronavirus, all right, will be spread throughout playing. But yeah, I think we got a gist of what Wallaby tried to say just now. In terms of again, the spread is almost uncontrollable. It's microorganic. You can't see it for sure. But right now, Faisal, we mentioned about player power. Sorry, Wallaby, are you back? Hello, you got it? Okay, never mind. Faisal, we got on to you, man. Olabi, you just gotta stay there for a while. We mentioned about, this is again club versus player. The argument, all right, it will always be, oh, we have paid them millions of dollars. So right now, it's almost safe to say that they are again obligated to play. But again, if the player does not want to play, if you are right now, Faisal, in charge of a club, how would your management style be if there are players right now who would, just outrightly express the concern that, hey, boss, I'm not going to play because I'm worried for my family safety and my personal safety as well. How would you tackle such issues, Faisal?
I think every club has got disciplinary committee, so we shall leave it up to them to decide.
Okay, and do you think that they have the right to actually, again, put a stop to playing, the player themselves?
One example I would recall was the incident that we had with Raheem Sterling some season ago.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when the player just refused to play, and then he put in a request to take a couple of days break, I think for whatever the reasons is or are, as a club, I think we have to respect that as well. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I would guess from Nigeria has mentioned it earlier. At this point of time, playing is secondary. So the health issue, whatever that's going on around the world right now, that should take center stage.
Okay. Yep. Great. Hyrule, on to you right now. Again, staying on the agenda of the project restart. One of the main concern right now is if you conclude or if you decide to null and void the league, how do we then decide or delegate those Champions League spot and also those relegation spot? Because there are, again, if we are reading the news, there are a couple of rendition out there in the rumor mill. You just got to pick which one you want to believe in. But they are apparently the FA, they are threatening clubs who are going against the idea of the project restart. Again, because they mentioned that if you don't want this, then relegation again will be something that we will be in the mix or in the conversation as well. Again, where do you stand on relegation and how did you conclude the league if it goes down to null and void?
I think you got to look at the definition of the term null and void. If you're gonna term or decide that the league for this season is going to be null and void, it probably means that it never happened in the first place.
Okay.
So I think you should think about it as you finish the season off, and whatever the league table is, when it stopped, it ends there lah. Because putting it as null and void, to me, the term null and void means it never happened.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
So from your perspective, right? This if it's null and void, the way to conclude the league right now is to take whatever the standing right now as it is.
Yeah, because we are more than 3/4. I think we'll have eight matches left.
Yep.
Honestly, I'm not a big fan of Liverpool, but it's really unfair to them if null and void, and they don't get the league title. So
Okay, all right.
I think I would
Yes.
just like to chip in a little bit more,
Sure.
because the Premier League and the FA has drawn up how should I put it? They have designed a system and process whereby all the clubs will come up to an average points per game.
Okay. Okay.
So
The point system. Yeah.
yeah. So again, if they were to call off the season right now, that 25 points advantage is not really a 25 points advantage.
Okay.
So again, and those at the bottom, yes, they would have. There will be some changes down there. Some of the clubs that's currently at the bottom, well, for a matter of fact, Norwich is the one that's going down definitely.
Definitely.
And then the remaining two, there will be some changes to it.
Okay. Cool. But the thing is, it brings down again. It draws to another scenario. Right now, we know in League One they have already concluded the league. They have given the championship to PSG. But what it does, or to the league, or what it did was it totally backfired because clubs like Lyon, right now, they are going to file a lawsuit, right, against the League One committee because they mentioned in their own right that concluding the league, right, prematurely in their term has actually deprived them of a potential Europa League spot. And they've never missed out on a European stage since 1997. So this is again unprecedented for them as well. Again, this coronavirus is a fault of no one. But again, if that happens to the English Premier League, a league that is so close to our heart, again, did you see this whole scenario, this whole fiasco will turn into an absolute carnage with people, getting into lawsuit, and what will happen to this league and its integrity?
I think we see. I don't know. Lyon's owners, are they locals themselves or are they overseas?
No, he's a friendship. Yep, friendship.
Then I think he's damn selfish. I mean, I can understand if it's Roman Abramovich who comes in and wants to sue the Premier League. For example, or
Yep.
PSG themselves with the Arab guy, the Qatar guy who comes and they want to their own interest, right? But if you're a local, you should put your whatever is happening in the world, or especially in your country first. So I would say it's very selfish to do that.
Selfish. Okay. Labi, I hope this time we will have you at least for more than 1 minute. Can you hear us? Can you hear us from where you are? I think we might just have lost it again. And this is such a shame. Labi, can you hear us right now? Okay, look, let's address some comments right now that we have. We've got again a stream of comments coming in for today. This is really healthy. So right now we'll start off with I think this is no surprise that you're a popular figure, Hairul. Tun Tun, we are here. Tun Tun from Vignesh Warren. Barton Joey, I remember this guy. How it is, all right, one of the most prominent faces for Newcastle. And then Sheikh Hussein also chimed in. How it lads? Julia Yusof, hi. Wow, this is an interesting one. Scousers versus Geordies. Nah, they are both Singaporeans, man. How it lads again. Then again, yeah, it's all Newcastle right now. It's heavily dominated by Newcastle. Where are the Arsenal and the Liverpool boys? Come on, you got to defend your flag, man. Alexander Lee, Magpies, please sign Ozil. Yes, being an Arsenal fan myself, I really hope that would happen.
No, thank you. It's okay.
So much. Go that.
Bye.
Okay. I love Bruce. Bruce. Okay, I'll get to Bruce again later on after this in the transfer speculation. Again, Bruce will be heavily in the conversation right now if this whole this whole talk of the takeover comes to fruition. How are the lads? Again, situation in Britain is mad, very hard to even play in closed doors. Yeah, I think Faris Shelby is just again summed it up. Again, I was listening to a couple of sources, again, podcasts in the UK as well. They find it really mind-boggling that the whole FA right now, the football committee in England, they are trying to push this agenda out because places like in Spain and Italy right now, they have not even come up with again a proposed date. But it seems that right now they are the most eager one in town to get this on board. And they mentioned a lot about, oh, this is we are really fair throughout the whole organization. But then again, for the non-conference league, they have shut it out. There won't be. It has been concluded. And you talk about just the integrity of it, the fairness of it. That's absolutely the complete opposite of what they did. Because they decide that nope, the non-conference league will not go on. But then again, this Premier League still would still have to go on. And I think that's really, again, sad. But we do understand where they are coming from, because you are talking about a 1 billion loss for individual clubs, and especially for those clubs who again would usually get a lot of money in on match day basis. They are losing a lot of money, and one thing for sure, they cannot lose the support of people like Sky, the broadcasting right. So yep, understand. Right now Faris brought in a really good point. Very hard to even play in closed doors. Samad the puppet. Oh, Samad the puppet is also in town right now. He's also chiming in. Howie the lads as well. Yeah, Brighton have 3 players tested positive. See, so that's breaking. So there are also again a couple of proposals to get the players all being jumbled up into like an Olympic village style. But the issue is, if let's say one of them unknowingly contract the virus, then are we looking at probably the Korean series Kingdom? You probably get the whole entire village being contracted with the virus, and what does it spell then for UK and football? All right, Newcastle's gonna win the league eventually. There's a very long pause there. Boss, the Faisal led, and then Adi, next year is our year. I'm wondering who he's referring to. Howie the last, we don't want you. Wow, we've got a lot of. Wait, okay, seeing that we got a lot of Newcastle fan right now. Hairul, let me start with you. How big of a support club does Singapore enjoy when it comes to Newcastle?
Let me just educate yourself at least.
Sure, please go on.
Newcastle United Singapore has been around for at least 20 years.
Mhm.
It was set up 2000, 2001. The thing with NUFC.SG is we are quite meow. You know meow, like we want
Action.
yeah, we want to have control over the fan club.
Okay.
The fans themselves are in control of the fan club. As much as possible, we don't want to have many little pockets of Newcastle United fans. We want to get everyone to come together and have a good time. That is why you see all my friends are here. I mean, I know each and every one of them. Even if all 3, 4, 5,000 in my Facebook were to come on board on your YouTube channel, I definitely would know them personally, each and every one. So I think that is what makes Newcastle Singapore special. We don't, unlike other fan clubs in Singapore where you have 2 official fan clubs or 3 unofficial fan clubs. So as much as possible, we don't want that to happen. And for a good 20 years, 19, 20 years, we've managed to do that. So I think that itself is an achievement and something that Newcastle Singapore can be proud of.
Okay, great. Great stuff, man. This is again, this is news to us because, like you mentioned, you are probably I have a close-knitted community, and for me now to witness this firsthand, you guys go out in full force, man. That is really refreshing. Now that we've got a Newcastle fan. Wait, you seem like a popular chap. Are you a key appointment holder?
Am I what? Sorry?
Are you a key appointment holder, like a treasurer or president of the club?
Yeah, everyone's the same. Everyone's the same.
Okay, all right.
And just a little fun fact. A couple of years ago, a DJ from Kiss 92, not Kiss 92, 91.3. Was it
91.3? Okay.
Yeah, I forgot lah, that guy.
Glenn, was it Glenn?
Glenn.
Okay,
so he mentioned on national radio saying that there's probably only 2 Newcastle fans in Singapore. And their Facebook page formed the whole night for a good 12, 14 hours. My whole Facebook group formed them and invited us to come over to their studio a few days later. So I think that shows how passionate we are.
You guys are definitely, and we'll touch on Newcastle's case more right after this. Owolabi again. Do we have Mr. Owolabi in town right now? Owolabi, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. Oh, Labi, so you got cut just now again by your internet. So you were on again how the virus can be spread. Again, is in particles, something that we can't see. So right now, again in your best view, again we want to know what is the sentiment when it comes to football and how the league should be concluded from Nigeria.
You said? Repeat it again,
So
please.
for the people in Nigeria, how do you all want the Premier League to end?
Okay.
Should we continue the league at all costs, or should it be stopped right now
Okay.
because of a more bigger issue?
Okay. There's a lot of debate here in Nigeria, and the truth is, aside the Liverpool fans, every other fan of Arsenal, Man U, Man City wants the league to be void. Aside the Liverpool fans, and there are some other sentiment reasons also. Some still want to count the Liverpool fans for not winning the league for the EPL for 30 good years. And it's a divided opinion anyway. But to me and to many Arsenal fans, I wouldn't mind if the league is voided, if the league is cancelled at this point. If you look at the Dutch league, the Belgian league, even the League One, has been voided. I don't mind if the league is being given to Liverpool, while they work out who goes to Europe, the Champions League and the um, Europa League, while they decide whoever relegate and whoever is coming up. But what is most important that we want to look into is the safety of these players. Like you said, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you loud and clear,
Okay,
buddy.
like you said earlier, if a single player contracts this virus, it can spread to the whole of the team, including the technical team, the training department, the coaches, and every other player. So it is a virus that we are not seeing. It's a monster that is not being seen by anybody. So it is difficult to fight. And the funny thing is that it can be contracted anywhere through droplets. So players can be certified fit after testing, where probably one of the stewards has contacted it while cleaning or doing stuff. One of the players picked it up. It's going to spread to every other player, and it can be suicidal. So if the best interest, the best thing that the league can do is to void the season and work out who goes to Champions League and who Liverpool having 25 point lead. It's they've done well this season, and everybody expect them to take the EPL trophy. So they can work it out like the League One. It has been cancelled, and PSG has been awarded the league as champion. While they work out every other qualification Europe next season. So the same thing can apply. I think the EPL are being selfish, majorly because of the huge billions that is in TV rights. There's a lot of, as in $1 billion pounds that has not been collected. And, if they're not putting money in over lives, to me, it should be voided. That's my submission.
So let's,
Okay,
since
second.
it's
Sure.
a
Faisal,
good
yep.
point that he raised. So for conversation's sake, let's reverse the role right now, right? So Arsenal hasn't been winning anything for probably the same amount of time as Liverpool is, and they are on a good run. They have already extended the lead at the top by 20 odd points, and all of a sudden other clubs are pushing for the season to be null and void.
Points.
So
25 points.
how would you as a fan react to it to such claims? Because I'm a
Okay.
neutral. I'm a neutral ground right now. Yeah. As much as I'm a Liverpool fan,
Okay.
yes, I understand what the current situation is like. So for you to call the league to be null and void in the event whereby Arsenal is the one topping the table with more than 20 points, how would you feel?
Okay. What I'm saying is this. If you probably get me right earlier, I said I don't mind the league trophy being given to Liverpool because they've done well. They're on a good run. 25 points is no joke. But for life, for safety, the league should be voided. I don't mind if the trophy is awarded to Liverpool based on their good run, based on 25 points gap between them and the second position, which is Man City. So I don't mind. But what I'm after is the safety of these players. Because if it will not be too nice for us to lose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stars instead of in place of just giving the league to Liverpool, why the league is voided. Then we continue next season or when the virus has been defeated. That is what I'm saying. I'm not saying the league should be voided. Why the trophy is not awarded? The league should be voided. The league should be voided. Why they work out how Liverpool gets to me. Liverpool they deserve to get the trophy. They're on a good run. Fantastic players. Mane, Flamino, Salah. Keita, Fabio. They have a fantastic player. Ox Chamberlain that Arsenal sold to you, or let me say gave to you, so you can win the league. So it's fascinating to be able to commend to commend Liverpool for what they have done. I don't mind. I don't mind them the FA giving them the league. But what I'm after, let them void the league. They should not be selfish because of the huge revenue that is on the TV rights. That is the only thing that the FA presently is going after.
Okay. Thank you, Olavi.
So
Nice one.
I don't mind. I'm not selfish. I'm not jealous about Liverpool. Yeah.
Okay, good. Thank you. Nice one. At last, we've got you for the longest time so far. That has been your best cameo. Hyrule. So the both of them, they are again slogging it out. Faisal gave Owolabi a role reversal. What if it's Arsenal at the top? It seems like right now we are all heavily invested again in the agenda of Liverpool and their title aspiration. What about the other end of the spectrum, Hyrule? Those people who are fighting it out for relegation, and also for those, again, lest we forget that we've got another league right below us. People like Leeds United and West Brom, they are also vying for the ultimate spot to come up. So how do they tackle relegation? Because right now they talk about playing in, again, 10 venues has been selected, all right, again on neutral grounds. But people like Brighton, Aston Villa, they came out, they said, no, we are not going to play on a neutral ground because we are losing. Bad enough that we're losing the 12th man in terms of our home crowd. Now that you're telling us we can't play on our home patch, again, that will be detrimental. So no, we will not veto the move. What do you think of that? Those people who are fighting out for relegation.
This thing will never end. I mean, everyone has or will have their own agenda.
Hmm.
So it really, to me, it should just end. It should just end. It will take the table as it is, as it was 2 months ago. As with the championship, you award first, right? Currently,
Yep.
yeah. So let's just finish it and then let the country recovers itself, lah.
Okay. Faisal,
Yeah.
you heard both arguments. You mentioned if again the role will reverse, Arsenal is the one being on top. I do understand where you're coming from because it seems like everybody is trying to take a pot shot at Liverpool. But then again, let's open up again. Our view about this current issue. Again, this is like they like to use this an overthrown word. It's unprecedented. But again, we've got to set this right because there is a possibility of a second wave. So what if the next season plays out, and then during the middle of the season, again the same thing to happen. At least now there is a case, a classic example for us to actually emulate after. But right now, Faisal, in just the league itself, we've seen that Liverpool is right now they are light years ahead of people, other contenders. How disappointing is it going to be like for again yourself, a supporter of long time for Liverpool? How would you feel that if they have taken again the most dreaded decision to say nope? Again, we have tried our donner's best, but we cannot go on with this. How would you feel as a Liverpool fan?
Robbed, man. We were robbed. Daylight robbery lah.
But then the thing is, this is again a fault of no one. You see, so when you mention it's a daylight robbery, it seems like there are underlying hands who's trying to make sure that Liverpool is not getting it. But again, isn't this again a nature freak?
Yeah, but the thing is, if I'm not going to touch a lot on anything which is outside the football scope. So if you were to look at it all over again, how the season started and everything, and to where it as to until when it ended back in middle of March. If we have to declare the winner as in March, and then after that, take it from there, who's going to play in Europe and everything, who gets relegated, right? I think that is a fair statement. See, it is a fair statement. I understand that there are clubs who are occupying in the middle table. They are jostling for position because every position is money.
Yep.
If I remember correctly, I think it's a difference of about half million pounds thereabouts.
Yep.
Yeah. So there's a lot of money, especially for clubs that's at the lower bottom of the table. You see.
Mm-hmm.
So we are looking at least 10 million pounds for a club that's being relegated. Okay. So that is quite a substantial amount.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Ken. Look, I think we've touched heavily on this project restart. Again, we all coming from different angle. Hyrule mentioned, I think his point resonates really strongly. He always maintained that it should just end the way it is right now,
Yeah,
and we
and
can just
at least with some government intervention lah.
yeah, good.
They cannot just let FA run by itself and drown,
Yeah, good. So that's his point. With Faisal, I think you are taking a bit of the middle ground, okay, which is really great. And then of course, Owolabi also mentioned strongly in his point. It's about the health factor that will overweigh and supersede again the footballing interest, but more so the money that will go into the coffers of the Premier League committee. But we're gonna leave the agenda for now. Right now we've got a couple of comments coming in. Let's read one from Kelpe. Feel the FA could have data analysts to work out statistics on how the league would eventually end up, like an algorithm of sorts, for those chasing the title and those fighting relegation. Yeah, Kel, I think that's what they are doing right now. They are trying to implement a system of point per game. So right now, again, even with the point system, there are a couple of loose ends they have not tied up. So everybody is coming up with a different data analysis. So again, yep, great point, but that is something that's also in the mix. Syed Azmil, I agree with Faisal on this one. Crown us champions. Let those fighting for something have something for to have a playoff. If you ask me, yep. Again, no prize for guessing lah. Who Syed Azmil supports. Liverpool needs 2 more wins to be crowned champions. Until then, they should not be declared champions. Liverpool aren't mathematically champions. Yes, Barton Joey, I agree with that. But also, having said that, Liverpool can be crowned champion on technical aspect without even kicking a ball. They just need Man City to lose 2 games, and the league is theirs. So I think that's the peculiar part. Again, it's such a precarious stage right now to talk about Liverpool not getting the title because all indications are pointing towards them being champion. So even without them attending a single football match, if Man City is to lose 2 matches, that's going to crown them champion technically as well. All right. The next one, Chulo, if you got the shorter end of the stick, Kel, would you likely lodge complaint after complaint? How would you have avoided relegation? No, that's a great one. See, the thing is, at the end of the day, like Hyrule mentioned, there is no daylight to this. Everybody comes in with their own brand of agenda. So, again, thank you so much for all the comments. We're going to chime in with our next agenda for today, which is, I think, the more interesting part, transfer speculation. The in and out right now because of this current non-activity in the Premier League. A lot of the journeys right now out there, they are stirring up a couple of stories, many interesting ones. I'm going to start with Olabi right now. Mate, Arsenal, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Is he come? Is he going? Is he staying? What's your stand on Aubameyang?
Okay. It's a precarious situation. As for it, it's actually a situation where Arsenal has usually find itself over the years. You can count from Thierry Henry to Sex Fabregas to Robbie Van Persie and even to more recently Alexis Sanchez. It is well this time around it's a bit different. Losing Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang this time around is going to it might actually spell doom because if you remove his goals from Arsenal this season, will be struggling. Will be struggling in the relegation zone. That's a fact. He has scored too many important goals. He has bailed out on so many occasions. I could remember the Europa second leg against which team now that is
Olympiacos.
called yes, Olympiacos. Thank you. It's called the bicycle kick that should have actually took us through. But what were the other? You see, Leno and the rest of the defense fumbling. If I am the one, like Henry said about two days ago, he has been in the situation before. He will be speaking. That's Obama will be speaking with his family, his father, who is his agent, on how his personal achievements. He loves the club, yes, but at the same time, at the same time, personal ambition, trophies. You know, Thierry Henry left. He won the Champions League. Robbie Van Persie left. He won the EPL. Same with Fabregas. Same with Sami Nasri. Same with Geklichi. You can name them. The club at times their mode of operation feels like they are just purely merchandise. They are not really going to making the fans happy, winning honors. Immediately a player is springing up and there's an issue, they sell him off.
Okay.
So to me personally, I would prefer that Auba stays, but you can't hold him down. He has just 1 year. He has not signed. Arteta has been saying you should be coming, but you can't force him. But we can still. To me, he can go. I won't lie to you. I will not be too selfish. He has his own career because at the end of the day, it is a personal honor that will stay on his cabinet, not I play for Arsenal. So it can leave while we groom. We have Martinelli coming up. It can be groomed, and we can also go for other 9 that we can actually groom. But if there is any way the club and the board and the management can, it should be retained. They should dance to his tune. If it's coming up if Ozil can get 350 and it's not really contributing, sorry to say, then Aubameyang can be tempted with 350 or even 400 weekly.
Okay, thank you, Olabi. Great one. Yep. I mean, as an Arsenal fan, right now we've seen this drama unveil itself over and over again with all our top players. Surprisingly, every single time when we give them the captain's armband, the next season onwards, off they go. They dissipate into thin air. So right now, again, as an Arsenal fan myself, I'm all right if Aubameyang wants to go. But let me put this into again a different mix. Right now over there, we've got a Newcastle guy who is waiting eagerly for the takeover to be completed. Uh, we might think about you. We might say about you, Aubameyang landing himself in United, in Chelsea. What about Aubameyang in the black and white of Newcastle? Hairul.
I'll take him. I'll take him any day, lah. So
Okay, maybe yourself, Hairul. Right now, again, we are you guys enjoy. You guys might again waiting, twiddling your thumbs, waiting for this whole financial takeover to be completed right now on your end. What is the current stage or progress of this whole takeover?
it depends which websites are you reading from, lah.
Mhm.
But I think by and large, it is really just right at the end. I think it's really 85-90% done. We should be getting some form of official statement really soon. I think the most credible source that we can go through is really your Sky. I think at least, or I know at least a week or two we've seen articles from houseofsaud.com,
Mhm.
which is apparently the official website for the royal family.
Okay.
I think if they themselves are going to tell the whole world that they are buying, the deal is done, then I think we should accept. We should accept that at least, lah.
Okay, perfect. Exciting times, man, for you. But then again, if again all these business dealings again has come to a completion, again as a fan, you can dream. Who will be the first target or the first signing right now for Newcastle that you will wholeheartedly sign? Blank check for you, mate.
For me personally,
Say Coutinho, please. Coutinho.
I will buy Firmino.
Firmino.
Yeah, I will get Firmino into Newcastle.
Okay, and
Yeah.
would Firmino Hyrule still be managed by Steve Bruce though?
He would be the first one out of the door at least for me.
All right, let's move on to Faisal. Faisal, again, you guys might have, again, you guys are stoked with talent, overwhelming talent, in fact. But then again, like what I did with the last big focus last week, they mentioned depth, squad depth, and that is something maybe Liverpool would want to address this coming season. For yourself, where do you see the change coming from? And Timo Werner, talk to me, man. It seems like this is, again, the likelihood of this happening is almost close to 90%.
At whose expense?
That's the question that I'm going to ask. At whose expense for you? Who would you sacrifice?
Nobody.
do you think they will manage to keep all the three of them intact, and to actually tell Timo Werner to sit his bum warm on the bench? Could that happen?
It's a tough call actually. So we don't know for sure whether Timo is coming or not. There's a lot of speculation that we've read all over Europe. Even the transfer fees are being discussed almost every day, and we are reading about it almost every day as well. So again, it all boils down to what Klopp and company has got in store for Liverpool next season. I don't foresee, or rather, I foresee some changes in the formation as well. I don't think the clubs, the top 6 or the top 10, are going to continue playing 4-3-3 or 4-4-2 for a matter of fact. So the wing backs are definitely staying. So we could potentially see a change in formation. Probably, who knows, maybe Klopp could deploy a three-man centre back, and then he's going to build up from there.
And again, if you were to lay a post-mortem on Liverpool right now, who would be that one target that you, in your own right, you think that Liverpool should actually go all out to sign?
I'm not going to mention the name, but I think everybody knows that there's this Napoli defender from Napoli who's been linked heavily with us.
Okay, all right. Whoa, what a dream centre back, world domination. Labi, how can how nice would it be if Arsenal can actually get Koulibaly instead of Liverpool? Looking at how criminal our defense are right now. But let's talk about let's talk about signings right now. Thomas Partey, heavily linked to Arsenal. Do you think that this move, Thomas Partey to Arsenal, again, there are mentions that it might be a swap deal with Alexander Lacazette? Do you see any light at the end of the tunnel for this deal?
Okay, let me digress a little bit to talk about the Liverpool fans there. You are selfish. You want to combine Koulibaly and Van Dijk together. Oh, that's so selfish. You want to win all, you want to
I
win every
think
game? No,
this
no, 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 no.
this is
Don't
not
go
about
there.
being selfish.
You
I
won't
think
go, you won't
there
go there.
once upon a time
Koulibaly,
a lot of players would want
Koulibaly,
to make their way to Manchester United and Manchester
Koulibaly,
City.
I understand. Just kidding, just joking. Just on the lighter side. Okay, concerning Arsenal, Partey, yeah, he has also significant interest to come to Arsenal. But to me, really, I would say this not because I'm a Nigerian, but I would prefer Wilfred Ndidi. Ndidi is more like an homegrown. That's England based. He has played in England for a couple of years. And we know how he breaks play. He doesn't need to acclimatize. He doesn't need to get with the flow of the game. He knows the pace, the pitch. He knows every players. But that's we are not showing interest. But in Partey, yeah, Partey is a very good player for Atletico Madrid. He's a Ghanaian, he's an African, strong, read the play well. But to me, really, yes. Are we going to be able to buy him? Remember, our last buy was like an instrumental pay, Pepe. We have to pay over 4 years. And Partey, if I will put probable price tag will cost nothing less than between 35 and 40 million. Do we have the resources to go after him even after this economic meltdown that we are staring due to COVID-19? Those are the questions that should be raised. Yes, he has shown interest, but we will be able to buy him. We should not forget that the board and the player has to take a 12.5% annual pay cut also. So we should looking at the financial commitment and not that the player is showing interest. Yes, he can show interest. There's so many players that have shown interest in the club or in every other club over the years, but it depends on the ambition of the club and the financial muscle. Yes, Partey is good. Like I said, I would prefer Ndidi, but we should also look at the financial muscle of the club, even with this COVID-19 of a thing. Are you getting me now?
Yep.
Yes, Partey will be a good addition. Gunduzi should probably learn more why it comes. But the swap, yes, the swap so is an issue to me. If Hauba will be leaving, then it doesn't make sense to swap Lacazette with Partey. Because at the end of the day, we shouldn't be having. Hello?
Yep.
We should not be having a striker that will be starting afresh. We should have someone that will come into the mix. If Auba is leaving, if another striker is coming in, it should be coming to the mix to know the nitty-gritty at the front there.
Okay, gotcha.
So that is my own point. Yes, Partey.
Okay. Thank you, Olabi. A bit of national pride there. Instead of Ghanaian, you prefer a Nigerian.
No.
Also, there's another burning issue. Should Saka play for should Saka play for Nigeria or should Saka play for England? We'll leave that for another day. All right. I'll go on to Hyrule. Hyrule, a couple of your guys chiming in. I think one notable mention: Grealish to Newcastle United. Would Grealish fit into the Newcastle more right now, Hyrule?
To be honest, we are lacking in that area. Ever since, or for that matter, this season when Jose Perez left for Leicester City, we don't have anyone there that could link up between the midfield and these strikers. I think the problem with having a system that has been brought down from Rafa Benitez and Steve Bruce initially saying, because he didn't have a lot of time for pre-season. So he at the very start he already
Manuel.
displayed himself by saying, "Hey, I'm going to continue playing the way how the players have acclimatized themselves to, right, for with Rafa."
Mhm.
So, but when Ayoze was sold to Leicester City, we didn't have that, and Ayoze's goals were crucial for us as well. So
Okay.
yes, I would take Grealish. I would take players like Madison. That's why I would also want Firmino. He's a false nine, and he can play in between the lines very effectively, and I absolutely love him. So,
Okay, all right. We will talk a lot about players. Yep. Again, one question here, Hyrule. Have you discussed the potential managers for Newcastle? Who are you guys currently being linked with? Sundramuti,
the
Ali
whole
Fajan.
world, really, the whole world. I would think Radokro Abramovic also lah, who
Who would you like personally, mate? When it comes to
I like
manager.
Pochettino. Yes, I would want to see him come on board. There really a lot of news articles saying that he's close, but I think until such time where the deal is actually done, then we can look forward lah.
Okay, great. We move on next to Faisal. Faisal, a lot of talks again about the ins. What about the outs for Liverpool though? We've got Lallana again on the verge of leaving because of again contractual agreement that's about to be up. Do you foresee any one of your players right now leaving Anfield to seek greener pasture?
Yeah, Harry Wilson definitely.
Oh, okay, that's a shame.
Yep. Harry Wilson,
Mm-hmm.
Shaqiri,
Mm-hmm.
and high likely Dejan Lovren as well.
Yeah, LeBron. Wow, wow. And these people are usually a good backup for Liverpool. Again, as we've seen throughout this whole club revolution. Do you see again in this current financial climate? Do you think it will be easy though for Liverpool to find players? Because right now we're getting to Liverpool, right? It's again it's a near impossible task. You know, it's very hard to dislodge all those armies right now. And with Klopp, I wouldn't say he's stubborn, but he's just someone who sticks with again a winning formula. Again, how easy would it be to actually clinch players who be willing to be seated on the bench? Players like Shaqiri, in fact, when he came in the first time.
Well, it's everybody. Well, any player who wish to play for Liverpool, they should know what's coming their way actually. So they know who Klopp has got his preferred 11. So they have to work their way, right? They just have it. We just have to look at Andy Robertson. All right, he know that Mourinho was there, right, and then he has to put in the extra work, the extra effort, clock in the mileage, and when the opportunity comes, you just have to seize it.
Okay. Also, again, you're a Liverpool fan, but I think you've lived long enough to see Kevin Keegan. In fact, your mouse, one of your own. Would you love to see him back though in the Newcastle color, Faisal?
Who is it again? Kevin Keegan? No, he's too
Kevin
old.
Keegan. Oh, he's too old. He's too old. All right. Okay. I'll move next to Owolabi. Owolabi still sticking with transfer speculation right now. So we've got a total of 8 centre backs, and I think that's the funniest part about Arsenal. We've got
Okay.
8 centre backs. We've got 8 centre backs, 8 defenders, but yet we keep conceding goals as if we are playing with none. Right now, in your own opinion, who should we sell? You know, if we name 2 defenders from Arsenal that we should sell, who will it be?
Okay. Yes, we have about 8 centre back, and we are still conceding goals. And to me, it is not a problem of the central back. It is the problem of the player that is going to break play. And probably that is reason why the club is looking at Partey, and or probably speculation around Partey. If you look closely, if we need to be honest, the central back are not really doing bad right now. We are not really considering much goals like before, but yet we are not really finishing strong these days. So if we need to probably add to it, I'm not sure the club will, because William Saliba is coming back.
So if we have Willie Saliba, we have Mari he has not really integrated into the team properly. So probably if you have Willie Saliba, Mari, but to me anyway, we probably need to get a new right back because Bellerin to me is off it. Is more concerned with fashion than football these days. And when it comes in, it picks up injury. So we should get a good right back that can link up play with Pepe. If you want to know and see how Pepe plays, because the best form of defense is attack. If you want to know how Pepe play with a flying right back. Someone that can really check him at Lille, see how he plays there. Yes, EPL is faster than the League One, but other back, if he can get a player that can play more like Saka, all we need to do at that back is not for 2 and 3 to really close up. What they really need to do is the 5 and 6, probably Mari and Saliba staying put. We have a Pate or a Ndidi player, like you said, national pride. Well, that's not it anyway. So if you have a Pate or an Ndidi that can break play, that will not be too forward because Granit Xhaka to me is really not a form.
Okay.
And I don't know. Torreira, his heart is not at Arsenal. Don't let us deceive ourselves. His heart is not there again. He's not playing regularly again. So it is a defensive midfield, a 4 that we really need to break play. If you look at the earlier part of what's this coach name now? Our last coach. If you look at it, his earlier part, he was playing Rob Holding as an extra 4. Rob Holding will parade between the midfield and the defense. Why Torreira is also playing. We don't concede goal. Look at the Liverpool game that he had the injury. We don't concede goal, and we score goals at plenty. So that is exactly what is missing in an Arsenal defense right now. Let Saliba come. Let's bring Saliba into the team.
Okay. Sure.
And let's have a Pate or Ndidi, like national you can call it.
All right, Olabi, we hear you loud and clear, man. So you mentioned that it's not so much about the defense; it's more about who is protecting the backline. Great point, mate. Last, we're gonna close shop. Again, yes, this has been great. We have never seen so many people chiming in with their comments. I think partly must be because of Hyrule. He brought on the whole Jin gang from Newcastle. So that's great. So again, I'm going to ask you all eventually one question before we shut shop for today. For yourself, Hyrule, I'm going to start with you first. Right now, looking at all these current talks linking you guys to a takeover and what it means. Of course, we have seen good example, a prime example, what happened to Man City of recent, and also with Chelsea. In fact, the upturn in fortune would usually take around just one season, and there you go, you'll be challenging again. What's your hope and dreams, man? Like, do you see the black and white of Newcastle being in the top 4 once again?
To be honest, I think many of us in Singapore that supports Newcastle thinks that it is premature to think that we will be up there challenging. There is really a united sense amongst all of us that really we don't want a team where we have 11 foreigners in the club or in the first 11. We want homegrown talents. That is without a doubt. It doesn't matter where they come from, but at least, we want English players playing for the club. So it will take time if we want that to happen. Of course, we want success. We've waited for so long. I think our last major trophy was in '69, the Interfest Cup, if I'm not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So what's another 4 or 5 years? to me, if the club wants to win, we got to do it the right way. I'm not one who wants the new owner to come in, splash 200-300 million, and for what? The club loses its identity? I don't think so. It's not me, and it's not for many of my friends who are supporting Newcastle. I think that's the difference between us and many of other and many of the other clubs. Like it's really what the club means to us. I mean, I've been there. I've been to Newcastle twice. I've watched a couple of games live in the stadium, and it's really different. Really.
Okay, great.
I've even watched the game at the COP. I sat in the COP watching a Liverpool game, and I may be biased. I am biased, you know.
Of course you
So,
are.
you know, sitting in St James's Park with 52 other thousand Geordies is really an experience. So, I think if you are going to do it, you've got to do it right. We cannot lose the club's identity, lah. Yep.
Great point, man. Great point. Yeah, I think that's what a lot of people get lost in. This is just where success comes knocking at the door. They'll be more than willing, at the drop of the hat, they will be willing to sell the identity of their club, and that's great that you pointed out. Clubs, tradition should be upheld. Again, for those Newcastle fans out there who are watching right now, Harold, if they don't know by now, is there a place where you guys gather usually during match day? I know right now it's COVID-19, but if it wasn't for this, where would you guys usually catch the match?
Yeah, I think everyone would know by now the Penny Black is
Anyway.
our yeah. Whatever happens, whether the season will go back again or whatever, I think Penny Black will still be Newcastle's home ground, and long may it continue.
Yep, and for those who wants to get in touch with you, Harun, be part of the clan, be part of the group. Is there anywhere they should go? Is
Of
there
course,
an outlet?
we are very active on Facebook. You can just search for us at Newcastle United Supporters Club Singapore, and we'll get in touch.
Okay, all right, great stuff, man, great stuff. So that's done for you. For Faisal, I know this has been again. I wouldn't say a turbulent season. It was supposed to be a fairy tale ending, but lo and behold, again, Mother Nature came in to many of football fans' rescue. Okay, for herself to see Liverpool right now just clinging on by the skin of their teeth. But then again, looking to next season, Faisal, what's your hope and dreams for Liverpool? And if there's any aspiration that you harbor for Liverpool going into next season?
Well, of course, like in at the start of every season, there's so many titles or trophies to be won, to be played. So again, like in any other seasons, we just want to be in there, right? Where possible, try and win everything that's available for us. We know that it's going to be a very difficult season next season. Everybody is going to have a go at us, and I'm hoping for a closer season next season. All right, so it's going to be pretty close. Manchester United is rebuilding the team. Likewise, Arsenal as well. I'm looking forward. I'm hoping that the current Arsenal crop will stay and stick together with Michael Arteta, because he's a good coach, definitely. He just needs that opportunity, right? Players need to have belief in him, and then hopefully, who knows, you guys can be back in the Champions League proper next season.
Yeah, I think Olabi is laughing. He's probably
Thank you.
he will echo the same
Thank
hopes
you.
and dreams as well. Olabi, we're gonna close today's session with you, man. Again, the guy from Nigeria. Thank you so much first and
All right.
foremost for joining us. It's been an absolute pleasure. But what's your hope and dreams for Arsenal coming into next season, Olabi?
Wow. It's a mixed one. We've been touted by many fans that they lack ambition. All they want to do is merchandising, making money. But my hope and aspiration and what I look up to from club is like the Liverpool fans said, we should stick to the current squad. Hopefully, good to talk Ahuba into signing, even if it's for 2 or 3 years. Be able to integrate Pepe into the team, be able to integrate Bukayo Saka into the team, be able to integrate Martinelli, use his stubborn strength into the team. To me, Lacazette can be allowed to go swap if is going to stay. Well, we want the glory days back, the invisible days, the Thierry Henry days, Patrick Vieira days, the Martin Keown days, the Tony Adams days, the Ray Parlour, the Dixon days, the Seaman days, the Lemon days, the days that we are proud to be happy and proud to be. As yes, we are still proud. Gunners to the world hands. But yes, we want to see our team lift trophies. We want to see our team challenge for trophies and not who doing permutations like the Nigerian national team. Sorry to talk about the Nigerian team, to do permutations and if we win this and we lose that, if we win this and City lose that, no. Let's challenge for the title. And
Okay.
we want to see doing well.
All right. Can let's all have a universal prayer for Arsenal. I know Newcastle won't be joining us for this. Neither would Liverpool. They won't be joining us this prayer. But also for you guys who are watching, Olabi is actually an admin for one of the biggest Arsenal forum on Facebook with 290,000 following. So you guys can check them out. Again, Gunners Forum that is on Facebook. It's really been a pleasure. I really hope to get more fans from Nigeria to actually get on board. Maybe I know United because of Igalo. You guys have a huge following in Nigeria yourself for United. So maybe we can probably get a United guy on board one day, perhaps. Right?
Perhaps, but
Sure.
Arsenal Forum has up to 300,000 fans anyway, not 90,000. About 200, almost 300,000 fans all over.
Okay.
And fans in Nigeria is huge. Is huge.
Okay, all right. So with that, thank you so much for those people who actually you guys stuck through the whole 1 hour 20 minutes now. Again, you guys are the best. Also, just to just a small claim that I want to make, or rather much more of an information. Next week, we won't be having our big focus session. So next week we'll be shutting shop for a while. But look out next week on Wednesday we will have a club edition. So that will be for Chelsea. So the microscope will be pointed out to Chelsea this coming Wednesday. But then again, hopefully it will be back again. But that's Hari Raya, I think. By the time the next, I think in a fortnight will be Hari Raya already. So again, we will plan again for when's the next big focus. But for those of you who have chimed in and those of you who are new, especially the Newcastle fans out there, please subscribe to this YouTube channel. That will really go a long way in us growing and expanding. I'm very sure I'll get more of Hyrule. Again, Hyrule, we might have one session just for Newcastle and your boys one day. All right. And with that, thank you so much for chiming in. This is me, Anwari, and all my guests signing out. Napshot Studio. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Right. Bye.
Thank you, Arius.